All right, folks, today we are going to find out what happens when you sipe $3,000 worth of tires with nothing more than a utility knife. Let's go. All right, now before we get into this video, I have to do a massive disclaimer here. I am not in any way, shape, or form endorsing this kind of practice. I am not saying that you should try it. This is a decision that I've made based on my own research. These tires have massive tread blocks. You know, this is something that I am gonna experiment with. I have a few vehicles. I know that I'm risking a lot, but these tires on this truck are basically undrivable on icy roads. And I live in a place now that gets winter, so I have to give this a try, but I'm not saying that you should do this, okay? Just wanna make that clear. Okay, well today we are going to sipe the 37-inch Nitto Trail Grapplers on my Dodge Ram, but before we do that, I gotta be able to park the truck here so I can pull the wheels and tires off and work on it in my tiny little garage. So let's jump into it. So the battery I have for this little truck is a bit too small. It was just fine on the coast, but here with a bit of winter, it may or may not start. This is actually turning into a bit of a project before I even get going. I might have to get a battery charger out. All right, let's get this battery hooked up. I'm gonna give myself about a 50-50 shot that this will actually start. All right, baby, be good to me. Oh, that was close. Just barely started. This window is completely frozen over and I am not scraping that, so I'm gonna have to do the old Ace Ventura out the window to drive it over by my garage. Yeah, I cannot see through that window at all. I'm just gonna have to look out here. Probably not the recommended method. God, I love this little truck so much. I cannot wait to start driving it again. Woo, she's cold out today. Only -4, but man, it feels a lot worse than that. Okay, let's go get the 12 valve. Yes, I absolutely love this truck. Oh my God. Wanted one of these since I was a kid. I can't believe I got it for only $2 grand. What a deal. All right, next up, time to coax the old 12 valve to life. She's a chilly morning today, but this thing actually starts pretty good. I don't think we'll have too much trouble. Okay, just letting the grid heater do its thing. This thing will probably be a bit cranky this morning. There we go. All right, no big deal. I'm gonna let her run for a few minutes and we'll get this thing over there, get the tires off. All right, well, we're just getting ready to pull these tires off. I gotta talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. So I've actually slid out of control 3 times this winter on these tires. You know, if it's just like a bit of compact snow like this and stuff, I mean, they're fine. But you get onto ice and I mean, yesterday I was pulling in here and trying to turn kind of in there like that. And on some of this ice right here, I mean, the truck just started sliding forward and boom, into this right here. Now, I wasn't going very fast, but you know, I could have easily mowed down this big hedge or something. Or hit a person. I mean, it's just crazy. Yesterday when I was, or 2 or 3 days ago, I was pulling into this driveway and I went to turn in again, going very slow, and the truck just started sliding forward. You know, a couple months back, I actually slid off the road. Like, it's just, these tires are just an absolute gong show on ice. All right, well, we're just underneath here. Got her on axle stands, and I'm just gonna show you guys what the plan is here. With regards to siping these. So these tires are Nitto Trail Grapplers. As you can see, they've got one little groove here. I've done a ton of research and I'm not recommending that people do this. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. But the general consensus is that you don't go to the edge of the tread block. I'm going to try and I read one thing that said don't go within ½ an inch of the edge, but I mean, I'd be able to maybe put 2 strips down the middle. So I'll probably do like lines like this every 1/4 inch, and then stay away from the edge. And then on the inside ones, I'm going to try and do it in the direction of these tread blocks kind of thing, because if you look at a typical winter tire, they're not all just straight lines like this. So we're going to pop these off and jump in. These tires are super expensive, and I am very nervous about doing this, but the winter traction is so bad right now. I just have to do something. And there we go. The tires are in here. Just got the front ones for now. I'm always surprised with how huge these things look off of the vehicle. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and start getting into this. I'll show you guys what the plan is here. So in terms of setting the depth, I've got that sticking out 1/4 inch right now. I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes. It's pretty dull. I'm going to throw a new blade on there. I got this wheel cinched right down so it shouldn't move. So it'll be 1/4 inch deep. Every 1/4 inch there will be a groove, except for on the edges. And then over here, I'm going to give it a 3/8 inch gap on the edge of the tread block, just to try to resist chipping. First one done. From what I hear, as the tire gets older, it will open these up and make them a bit more obvious. But we've got 3 cuts, 1, 2, 3. I think this is a pretty conservative and realistic plan. There's pretty good protection from chipping around the outside of this tread block. And you know, a pretty good amount of relief in there. You can kind of see that opening up a little bit as I run my finger by it. Now, as I run it over this, it just feels grippier for sure. I know that's hard to quantify on video, but this one's way more slippery. It just doesn't grab my finger even when I push hard. This one I push hard, I can really feel those ridges acting. I feel good about this. Let's keep going. The sheer enormity of this job is really starting to catch up with me. I've made it all the way around one tire. Hard to see there. All the way around one tire just on the edge. So I still have to do both these middle ones and this, and it's a dually, so there's 6 tires. I hope I can get this done today, man. I just got to bear down and get after it. Okay, that's tire number 1 completed. When I first started, I was tracing lines and drying it off and all that kind of stuff, and it's just the amount of time to do 6 of these is going to be just absolutely insane. So I'm basically just following the rule of staying about 3/8 inch away from the edges, and you know, just trying to not do it too close. I actually read online to do it every 1/4 inch. I would say I'm probably averaging every 3/8 inch, but that's one tire completely done. On to the next one. That's both of them done now. I'm gonna go throw these back on the truck, spin it around, pull the rears off, and just keep on going. Second time went a lot quicker. I know you can't really see, but as soon as you do stuff like this, you really feel it. Just amazing what a difference that makes, from no siping on the edge to siping down here. It's just unreal. Okay, I got the fronts back on and torqued up. I'm going to go for a quick test drive and just see how much improvement is made. I really don't have time to screw around mounting a GoPro or anything, so you guys will just have to take my word for it, but let's go for a cruise. Okay, so I'm just on a road here. This is a gravel road, but it's kind of compacted snow. I think that it's working way better. I feel like I could be imagining things, but I think that it's a little bit louder, but I haven't been on the highway yet. But I mean, I'm hitting the brakes, and it seems to be digging in pretty darn good. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna run home and get those other ones done. I got a bit of a time constraint right now, so I just got to get after it and go do it. Okay, it's just anecdotal evidence at this point in time, but seat of the pants feel, it seems way better. On that road that I was just on a minute ago there, I turned the camera off and was ready to drive, and I kind of had to go up a little bit of an incline to get started on the main road, and I was waiting for traffic. Went to give it gas, and zzz, the rears are just spinning, and I tried to kind of dig into some corners and, you know, hit the brakes while I was turning, and it just seemed to perform way better. So cautiously optimistic. I think this is going to be a huge improvement. Lots of people say that it is, so I would imagine it probably will be. Anyways, like I said, I'm in a bit of a time constraint. I got to do the rear 4 tires and get a few things ready, and then I'm going on a little road trip on some winter roads to go pick up a dirt bike in a couple of days. So stay tuned for all that. Okay, I just finished siping my tires. Each one of these tires has 160 tread blocks, and there was 3 cuts on these and 4 on these middle ones. So I think it was a total of like 3,300 cuts, a 1/4 inch deep into rubber. I've been working on it all day. It's completely dark out now, and wow, my arms and hands are tired. That was a lot of work. All right, well, it's the next morning. My hands and arms are absolutely killing me. I went for a bit of a test drive yesterday. You can see the cuts on here, and it made a huge difference in steering and braking up front, but I think I got a really good test for us today. There was a spot where I was kind of trying to pull out of a this little snowy road, and the back tires were spinning. So I'm gonna head over there. Hopefully the snow conditions are about the same, and we can see if there's any difference. Let's go. All right, well, we're back on this icy road we were on yesterday, testing her out. I actually noticed after I turned the camera off, you can probably see just to the left a little bit, there's a little slight uphill to get back on the road. And when I was going to head back on the road, my back tires just kind of, because I had only siped the fronts. So I think I can even see my old tracks from yesterday. So we're stopped. Let's see how easy we can get going. Okay, it's spinning a little tiny bit, but I was able to just give it throttle and it went up that. Okay, well, I have to say that is a definite success. This kind of road is pretty slippery. It's not super slippery. It's really hard to do a back-to-back A to B tire test. You know, snow conditions change, weather warms up and cools down. But based on my experiences so far, I'm gonna say that this is a huge improvement. The braking feels better, the traction feels better. These are not going to be comparable to like a proper modern winter ice tire, but they're going to be a heck of a lot better than they were. As I mentioned, will it shorten the life of the tires? Probably, but I just have to do something. This winter I was able to bring my Xterra back and put it on the road. But as I mentioned, I'm planning on going and getting a dirt bike hopefully tomorrow, and I want to put a snow bike kit on it for next winter. So I need to be able to drive this truck on icy winter roads. Anyways, I want to say thank you so much for coming along. Please let me know what you think. Have you ever tried this? Would you try it? Do you think this is a terrible idea? I will do updates throughout the year just to let you guys know how the tires are holding up. Anyways, please give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. I really do appreciate it, and we will see you on the next one.